Hello and welcome along to the Weatherquest farming forecast. Definitely a bit of an unsettled Tuesday for us. Storm Francis making its presence felt across the country. Deep area of low pressure running up through and wrapping around that heavy rain and strong winds. Plenty of weather warnings in place today. A really unsettled looking Tuesday. And you can see on the radar charts from this morning, there's that rain just feeding northwards. Now, rainfall totals quite varied across the country. Heaviest down across parts of Wales and the higher ground, 20-30 millimetres over parts there. And we've still got more rain feeding in towards the north as well. And behind this, those strong winds as well. A really unsettled looking Tuesday. Now we are going to find there's more rain still to come through daytime today, so do keep a close eye on the radar. You can find that on the WQRadar website. And you can also overlay the wind speeds as well, so it's something to keep a really good close eye on as we go through the rest of Tuesday. Now, the next few days, we're going to find the weather does change a fair bit. That jet stream is still close by across the southern parts of the country, still quite strong at times as well. A bit of a break as we head on in towards the weekend, and there is a glimmer of hope there for some drier and more settled weather to watch out for. But over the next few days, we've still got this low pressure to get rid of. So for Wednesday, it starts off across the northern parts of the country, pulls out in towards the east, out towards Scandinavia. A brief break. We are still going to find some showers run down the North Sea through there. But you can see there's another area of low pressure just waiting in the wings just to run back across the country as we head on in towards Thursday and Friday. So this is more wet weather to run, particularly across the southern parts of the country as we head in towards Thursday. And remember, wrapping around that system, that rain feeding back on towards the eastern coast as well. So another area to keep a close eye on as we head through Thursday. Now for Friday, that low carries on its eastward journey, starts to pull away. The winds turning more northerly again across the country. And you can see that glimmer of hope, that high pressure just waiting in the wings to push back across the UK as we head on in towards the weekend. It's short-lived, but it would hopefully give us a bit of a drier weather and some lighter winds compared to what we've been used to over the next few days. So here we are as we go through towards Saturday. That high pressure continues to build across the country. Still northerly, so perhaps being a little bit cooler, and still a few showers skirting the likes of Norfolk and Suffolk. And that next area of wet weather just waiting in the wings to come back towards us as we start next week as well. So there is still plenty of weather in place as we go through the next few days. And that's going to make it pretty tricky, particularly in the short term, to get out there and spray. Strong winds around that low pressure and wet weather. As we head towards, say, Wednesday, a bit of a break. We see that some of those winds dropping away. And we are going to find as we head towards the weekend, the winds ease off and it should be dry. So some better opportunities to get out there and spray as we head in towards the weekend as well. But you can see on these charts, there's more isobars, some stronger winds to come through for the start of next week as well. So do keep an eye on the forecast and keep up to date with what's happening. Things are looking pretty wet for next week. We have got this brief ridge of pressure across us for the weekend, but this is the chart for Monday. You see another front just waiting to come back in and across us from the west as we head in towards the start of next week as well. But we can see that dry weekend on these sub-seasonal charts. Now these are charts you can find on the Weatherquest farming portal. And although there's a lot of information on this chart, it is quite a nice way of seeing how the forecast can evolve over the next few weeks to about the middle of September. Now this has shown us what the likelihood of getting a dry day is. So a dry day less than 0.5 millimetre of rainfall. The greens shown very unlikely. It's going to be a very wet looking day, and you can see that's what we've got as we go through the next few days. Drier for the weekend. And then you've got those northern sites on the top page. They're still looking like there's a fair bit of wet weather as we head towards the middle part of September, but drier down the south. You can see as we head in towards, say, the 19th, 20th, it's looking quite likely we'll find things are looking pretty dry across the southern half and the eastern half of the country as well. But don't forget, it's not just the forecast you can find here on YouTube. You can also talk to us directly in the office. There's forecasters on shift every day of the week, right through the weekend as well, from 6 in the morning until 6 in the evening. And you can talk directly to them and get the latest on the information and how the forecast is evolving. Give us a call on 09065 777675. And those calls are charged at £1.55 per minute plus network access charges. So things are looking pretty good for the next few days. We have got still some wet weather for the next couple of weeks, but there is some dry weather on the horizon. For the first week, so that last few days of August and the first week in September, low pressure still dominates, and I think that is still going to bring some wetter weather as well, wetter than normal anyway, particularly across those southern parts of the United Kingdom. In terms of temperature, compared to those really hot temperatures we've seen, things are back to more normal temperatures as we go through that first week there. As we head on in towards that next week from say the 7th and about the 14th, that first half of September, low pressure is still the driving force of the weather up across those northern parts of the country. Start seeing a ridge of higher pressure starting to push in towards the south. And that gives us a good east-west flow across the country. And we are going to find, because of that, there's a few more showers down that western side, a little bit more of a sign there of things being a little bit drier in the east, and a few more showers and still a bit wetter than normal on those western coasts. No great clear signal, but I think we are going to find wetter in the west as we go through that week 3 there. And in terms of temperatures, again, nothing great to write home about. Temperatures around normal for the time of year. As we head on in towards that last few weeks of September, we start to find higher than normal pressure building back across those southern parts of the country. And you'll notice, remember from when we looked at our sub-seasonal charts earlier, it looks like there's that north-south split. Here's why. Higher pressure across the southern parts of the country, generally keeping things drier, and a good dry signal across much of near Europe as well, so for Spain and across in towards France, and also perhaps a little bit warmer as well, particularly across the continent, but we might find those temperatures across particularly the southern parts of the country just a little bit warmer than normal for the time of year as well. But I think it is generally, temperature's not going to be as big an issue as it has been, and hopefully some drier weather as we head through to that week 4 period. So really that's how things are looking over the next few days. We've got a bit of a quieter weekend in store. We're going to lose these strong windy and wet conditions of the next few days, so a bit of a better chance of getting out there and doing some spraying for the weekend. There is, in fact, a little bit more rain to come as we head through towards next week, so keep a close eye on the forecast. But if you're looking for that drier weather, there is a glimmer of hope as we head through towards, say, the 19th, 20th of September. And that's it from me.